What's up, everybody? It is midnight. We are doing a live stream. I'm going to be streaming Saturday for the fights for Rafael Fiziev versus RDA. But I'm not really all that tired just yet. So I figured why not jump on a stream before I go to bed and talk to you guys about whatever you want. I can make this a member stream later or something, private it for members only after the fact. I don't know how many people are going to join us at midnight at the most randomest live stream ever, but we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. We're trying. I'm trying to get to 4,000 subscribers, so streaming can't hurt at all. You know, maybe a couple people who are bored searching around on YouTube could potentially find the channel and subscribe. Plus, it always seems like we have the best live streams when they're just totally random. When we built the worst fighter imaginable. I'll have to go back and I'm going to go look that on my community tab actually right now. I'm going to go find that. That wasn't that long ago. We built the worst possible fighter we could ever build. Let's go see if I can find it on my community tab. It's going to be a ways back. But anyway, guys, as always, like the stream, subscribe to the channel, all that blah, 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 blah. But yeah, we can talk about whatever you guys want. I'm looking for this community post. I don't know how long ago it was. I'm already 2 months back. But we built the worst possible fighter. And I'm going to see if I can find it. But guys, yeah, throw the questions in the chat. Don't forget to like the stream, subscribe. I have no idea how many people are going to show up this late. It is pretty late. But share the stream. If you have any friends that like MMA, share the stream. Tell them to come watch. Tell them to come ask questions. Tell them to join the community we got here. I don't think I'm ever going to find this community post, to be honest. I'm about to give up. I'm about to give up badly. Was it this year? It had to be this year. I can't believe it, guys. I remember, I'll never forget, we were discussing the 3 weeks with no action. And then in early January, oh, there's 3 weeks, there's going to be no fights. And then we're already in July? What the hell? Where is the time going? Jeez, I have so many posts on here. Jeez Louise. Oh, here's a post for one. I hit 1.7 subscribers, K subscribers. Worst fighter, worst fighter, worst fighter, worst fighter, worst fighter. I don't think I'll be able to find it. I just don't think I'm going to be able to find it. All right, let's read some questions, then I'll go back to scrolling. What's up, French Fries? What's going on? What's going on, Carlos Garcia? What's up, Blaze1? What's up, Niles? I am doing good. I hope you are doing good as well. I don't know what this week means, but what's up, Whale Rider? What's up, Jay? I'm doing well. How are you doing, Jay? And what is up, Alex Salgato? Thank you for being a member, my friend. If you haven't joined the Discord, I think you are on the Discord, but if you haven't joined the Discord is getting live. I'm telling you guys, I think we got like 40 people in there, over 40 people at this point. Not everyone chats in there, but I remember we started it, we had like 5 people in the Discord. So if you're not a member yet, become a member. The link is in the description. And I'm still trying to find this community post, and for the life of me, no way it's 8 months old. I must have passed it. I guess it could have been early this year. Yeah, I think I must have already passed it. Yeah, I'll have to find this another day, but I thought I'd be able to find it. I can't believe I posted this much in the community tab, to be honest. Oh, here's back when I made an Instagram account 9 months ago. If anybody doesn't follow me on Twitter or Instagram, I'm trying to be more active in there. At MMA Joey C. So go follow me on there. I created the Instagram 9 months ago now. Where does the time go? Where does the time go? Oblique kick video. New badges. Yeah, I don't know. Posting pictures of when I went to live events. Who did I did a Kevin Lee prediction? Yeah, I don't know, guys. I have no idea. So I'm gonna continue back with the questions. If Fiziev KOs RDA easily, do you think he does against guys like Darius Chandler or Poirier? Oh, man. I already think Fiziev beats Poirier, to be honest. Chandler would be really interesting because if you eat a bomb from Chandler, you can get finished. I would pick Fiziev against all three of these guys, especially if he beats RDA. Kai Kara France versus Cop, who wins? I'd probably take Kai Kara France. Who do you got in Hermanson versus Chris? I'm going Chris because Hermanson doesn't have the best takedowns. Chris Curtis has shown much improved takedown defense. Showed it against Rodolfo Vieira. I think he'll stuff the takedowns to Jack Hermanson and light him up on the feet. And I'm going to try to do another interview with Chris Curtis before the fight. So hopefully maybe next week I'm going to talk to him and hopefully get a time for next week and I can interview him again on the channel. So first ever interview on the channel, second ever interview on the channel. Very excited about Yair versus Brian Ortega, two Mexican warriors. Joey, you got any early predictions? I lean Yair, but I've flipped back and forth, to be honest. Hey, Joey, what's next for Brad Riddell after losing to Turner? I still can't believe he's good enough to be a top 10 fighter in the future, but needs to fight to get his confidence back. Yeah, he definitely needs a fight to get his confidence back, and in the lightweight division, that's just tough, man. Maybe Carlos Diego Ferreira. Yeah, I can't even keep up with Discord. Like 100+ messages every day. I know, man. It's that's why we have the different tabs, though. Derek Brunson versus Muniz. I like that idea. Aside of possibly Brunson knocking off a contender. Do you think McGregor is the best counter striker in UFC history? No, I would say Anderson Silva is. Check Discord. What's going on here? Yes, I do. What about that, French fries? I just saw that. What's your thoughts on Patty versus Monkey King? What celebration do you want to see more, the teabag or the twerk? I want to see the twerk. And I think I lean Patty, but I think Jordan Levitt could get it done. Thinking of some questions, does Bobby Green have an opponent right now? If not, do you match him up with as an opponent? I thought he was supposed to fight Jim Miller at some point. Didn't that fight fall out? I don't know. The best MMA fighter, Habib wrestling, Oliveira Burns grappling, Izzy striking, Alex Pereira power, Covington cardio, Usman takedown defense. That sounds amazing. Who wins McGregor versus Fiziev? I would go Fiziev. I don't think the UFC would ever make that matchup, but I think Fiziev would win. How similar were they? Did you watch both of them? So let me know. I don't remember, honestly. I don't remember what I said in that. I mean, that video is how old now? Months? 4 months old, right? 5 months old. Yeah, so I have no idea. Blaze 1. The emojis don't show up on StreamYard, so I won't even bother showing that one. But thank you, Blaze 1, for being a member. I appreciate you. Blaze 1 been around for a while. Who wins? Okay, read that. I think Fiziev wins. I don't trust McGregor to win anything anymore. Fiziev is so technical. I don't see him getting clipped by Conor. I see him beating up the legs of Conor and outstriking Conor. I'd love to see that matchup. Knowing how Izzy's style is, what's your scorecard if Izzy versus Stephen Thompson happen? Oh my God. Probably just make it a draw. It'd be a garbage fight. How good is Ricky Turcios? Or Tercios, I think is how you pronounce it. I have no idea. It's still too early to tell. 50-45 Adesanya if he fought Thompson. Fun fact, Chris Curtis has defended 33 takedowns in 3 fights so far. Pretty impressive. Hasn't been taken down once. Yeah, that is super impressive. So, Brad Riddell versus Bobby Green would be a lot of fun. I agree. Tommy S., what's going on? Do you remember a time where UFC gave someone a tune-up fight, but it was an upset? No, I do not. Love to see Chris Curtis get this opportunity. What other fighters deserve a big step up in competition? Look forward to watching the second interview on the channel. Yeah, hopefully he has time. I know a lot of people are going to be bothering him. And I'm not one of those people that's just going to be hounding him down and trying to track him down. I'm going to message him, and hopefully get a time with him. But I'm not going to, I don't got it in me to harass people. Even if he's willing to do it, I can't just harass him to get him to do it. It's just not me. So, what was that other question? What are another fighters that deserve a big step up in competition? I don't, off the top of my head, I can't think of anyone right now. I'd love Umar Nurmagomedov. There you go. He just had a decent step up. But I'd like to see even bigger step up. Manuel Kopp, Jack Shore, but Jack Shore's fighting Ricky Simone. Topuria. Damir Ismagulov. There you go. There's a couple names. Adrian Yanez. I wonder how similar. Okay. Yeah, Cowboy replaced Green at 276. I see. I didn't watch Marvin versus Costa, but did Marvin beat him on fight also? If so, why doesn't Marvin use this? What are you saying? Beat him on fight also. It was a very close fight. I think I thought it could have went either way. Isn't it crazy McGregor has lost 2 fights in a row and still probably 1 fight away? Dude, he could potentially be no fights away from a title shot. Honestly, that's how crazy it is. Wonder Boy versus Nate Diaz. Ugh, Wonder Boy would beat the crap out of Nate Diaz badly. And I like Nate Diaz. Nate Diaz is my boy. But it ain't happening. It ain't happening. What division do you think has the best prospects? I think it's lightweight. I think it's bantamweight. Bantamweight has a lot of great prospects. What's going on? Brandon Vargas. Seems like both Arman Sarukian and Guram Kutaladze are in weird places after the last fight. What would you like to see next for them? Sarukian versus Jalen Turner. Guram Kutaladze. Oh, man, he just lost to Demir, but it was a close fight. I say still give him a big fight, but I don't know against who. Let me take a look. Guram, I mean, it's crazy. There is a lot of great prospects at lightweight, too. I think lightweight's number 2. Let's go to lightweight real quick. Let's look at some potential opponents. I'm sure we can find someone. Thiago Moises for Guram. I think that could make a lot of sense. Maybe Drew Dober for Guram. But it's all tough matchups, honestly. I mean, there's no easy fights at lightweight, especially when you're an up-and-coming guy. When you're an up-and-coming prospect. What's up, Prediction Shark? It's Adam. What's going on, Adam? Usman versus Blachowicz. Who wins? Usman gets starched badly. Darren Till versus Uriah Hall, maybe. If so, who wins? I don't know. Darren Till would probably pull out 2 weeks before the fight. That'd be my thought. Ismagulov deserves a step up. Yeah, who did I say book him with? Yeah, Arman Sarukian. That's a step up, I think. So, there you go. Do you think there's any welterweight in the UFC that could beat a... No. Does Talia Santos deserve a rematch? Kinda, but I doubt she gets it. Nunes versus Pena. I'm going Nunes all the way. Prediction video will be out soon. Couple weeks. We're only a couple weeks away from that fight. Do you think the UFC will just give Holloway someone like TKZ since he's ranked number 7 and he's not a contender? I hope they don't feed TKZ to Holloway. Ugh. But maybe. If Nick and Nate were both in their prime, how bad does Nick beat Nate? I have no idea. Thoughts on Sumadari? Who was he supposed to fight recently and it didn't happen? Wasn't he supposed to fight somebody recently? See, I can't keep track of everything. Someone fill me in. But I think he's an interesting prospect at flyweight. He's looked very good. But it's hard to say. It's hard to say. Let me go look. Let me just look him up and see if he has a fight. I can't remember anything. I think he had a fight, but I can't remember. Let me see. The Tibetan Eagle is his name? Yeah, he had a fight versus Manuel Kopp canceled in April. That's when Kopp tested positive. Then Kopp was supposed to fight Rogerio Montarin. Okay, so he has a fight coming up, not this weekend, but next weekend against Matt Schnell. I think he'll beat Matt Schnell with ease, actually. I don't know how this happens. Every time I get on stream, my mustache starts tickling my nose. Ismagulov versus Gregor Gillespie makes sense. I don't see... Yeah, Gregor's not taking that fight. He's been begging for the Tony Ferguson fight. I almost said Tony Ferguson. He's been begging for a Tony Ferguson fight since he knows it's a favorable matchup. Gregor Gillespie has honestly, I think he's rubbed everybody the wrong way. Guys, by the way, I meant to put it in the title, but I did not. Tony Kelly cut from the UFC. So not only did Adriano Yanez give him the hands, he also gave him his walking paper. Tony Kelly got canceled, as he would say. The dude was clearly a piece of shit. The way he took the loss was like a total piece of shit, saying Yanez doesn't want this rematch. So good riddance. We don't need him in the UFC. I'm glad that Yanez beat the shit out of him. It was actually a late stoppage. I mean, he landed so many punches. He was completely behind him. And he was saying how he just got flashed. And that, you know, he would beat Yanez in a rematch. And he's lucky he got cut because he would beat up Yanez in the rematch. So, why did Kevin Lee get released? Inconsistency, I believe. And then he kept pulling out of fights. I think I might be wrong on that. If you had to coach Emmett to beat Volk, what would you tell him? I don't know. I would look to brutalize his body. Honestly, I would try to swarm him in the first round. That's it. Look to knock him out in the first round. It's easier said than done. Kevin Holland has so much potential. I like his positive personality. Your thoughts? I think he has a lot of potential, but he's not going to do well against the grapplers in the welterweight division. I hate to break it to you, Adam. Why they remove Umar and put Yanez again in the rankings? Did they? Umar's still in the rankings. Rafael Sunsal fell out of the rankings. Umar's number 15. They got two number 15s. Adriano Yanez is number 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. They got 16 people in the rankings. And they got Umar at number 15 and Yanez at number 15. So don't ask me why. I guess when the votes went on, the votes went out. They were tied. Petrosian by sub plus 3,000. Keep an eye out. MMA, anything's possible. Yes, I am, but it's still very early to tell. Can you go through the top 10 at flyweight and see who Cody Garbrandt could beat? I'm curious. I don't trust Cody Garbrandt with his chin. He's not beating Figueroa. He's not beating Moreno. He's not beating Kai Kara France. He could probably beat Askarov. I just don't trust his chin. I mean, and also the weight cut. Pantoja, I think, you know, if he's not super diminished from the weight cut, but he looked like he was against Kai. I don't think he's beating Royval. I don't think he's beating Alex Perez. I guess he beats Mateus Nicolau, Matt Schnell, David Dvorak, and he loses to Tim Elliott. There you go. That's my best guess. So basically he loses to most of the top 5. I feel Max had an off night, then praising Alex on his talent, something nobody has ever seen. Fair enough. Figgy versus Moreno 4, who wins? Figgy versus Kai Kara, who wins? Moreno beats him in the 4th fight. Kai Kara loses to Figgy. What an honor to watch Tony Kelly's last fight live. That is hilarious. That is hilarious. Are you a fan of Dana White and some of his comments? What comments specifically are you talking about? I'm like 50-50 on Dana. Sometimes, you know, he makes it interesting. Sometimes, I mean, he's just lying through his teeth a lot of the time. But I get it. He's promoting fights, all that good stuff. So yes and no. I like Kelly, actually. You were in the rarity, Moses. Joey, who will Bilal fight next? Hamzat Chimaev. Do you think Josh Emmett will do better than TKZ versus Volk? Probably, but not by much. I just don't see a path to victory for Emmett. I mean, how is he going to win? He has good stamina. He couldn't even land shots on Calvin Kattar. He couldn't even land shots on Calvin Kattar. So let me see if I can search. Can I search community post? No, nope, you cannot search community post, I don't think. Worst. Nope, you can't. What was the Kevin Lee video? Oh, it was cut by the UFC. I did a video on that. Okay, so now I know what I did. I can't believe we got Tony Kelly's only fan in the chat. That's crazy. No offense to you, Moses. Already read that. Mendez did pretty good against Volkanovski for a few minutes. I can't remember that fight too well. I know I asked this before, but did you agree with Dana White not really punishing Conor at all after the bus incident? No, I did not. Dana protects guys that make him money, and he'll say, "We'll let the government play their way. You know, the courts play it out. We're not the government. We're not the courts." That's just his cop out. I mean, he injured multiple fighters. Anybody else did that, and they'd be cut from the UFC. He canceled multiple fights. Dude acted like an absolute idiot, probably on coke. And anybody else will be cut. But he gets away with it, and then Dana says, "Oh, it's not my job to punish him. You know, we'll let the law handle that." For those of you who haven't only been watching MMA for a few years, before we had randomized drug testing, there was known cheaters that you could just, I mean, it was like 100% certain they were cheating. And I'm sure there was a lot more than those guys, but you could just tell those guys were abusing it. And fighters kept complaining like, I don't want to fight this guy. He's clearly cheating. And they kept asking Dana, randomized drug testing, randomized drug testing, randomized drug testing. When are you going to do randomized drug testing? And he kept saying, the athletic commission handles that. That's the government's job. That's not our job. And what he's talking about on the day of the fight, and I think the day of the weigh-ins as well, the commission drug tests you. But you know exactly when it's happening. So it's really not much of a drug test because you know when it's happening. So that just goes to show you how bad Alistair Overeem was juicing because he got caught by the athletic commission. And I'm sad we never got to see Overeem versus Prime JDS. Does Cater beat Yair or Ortega? Probably. Both of them, honestly. Sean O'Malley said on his Full Send podcast that he hurt him bad in the second round and he didn't get hit. He's full of shit. He's full of shit. Sean O'Malley is full of shit. Just found out Tony Kelly was cut from the UFC. I can only imagine why. Yeah, you think? You think? Good riddance to that guy, for real. Mac McKenzie, thank you for your $5 super chat. I appreciate your donation. Did Jarrett Cannonier finally surpass Tito Ortiz and Jeremy Huda Folk Stevens as the worst press conference performer at all times? No. I'm going to say no. I think Jeremy Stevens was worse, and I think Tito Ortiz. I mean, if you listen to Tito Ortiz talk for 5 minutes, the guy is terrible. I can't listen to Tito Ortiz talk. So, but it was a pretty bad performance. It might be a 3-way tie. Jarrett Cannonier was awful. Awful, and then he went out, and I get it. It's on both guys. I've criticized Adesanya already for his performance. I'll criticize Jarrett Cannonier. This is your one shot at a title, and that's what you do. Go out there and do. He would have been better off trying to clinch up with him for 5 rounds. He had some success in 3rd, 4th, and 5th. So, thank you for your donation, Mac McKenzie. Thank you for your $5. I just feel Kevin Lee getting cut was a little unfair at the time. I hope he can turn things around and make it. I doubt it. They're not going to want him. Dude is saying ridiculous shit on Instagram. You know, and there was a couple screenshots. I don't remember exactly what they said. But he was saying some stuff that just really is, it's not, you know, crazy, but it's like just over the line stuff. And, on top of that, he's getting KO'd by Yanez, up and coming guy. The UFC said, you know what, this guy's a liability waiting to happen. We're going to cut him. He can go off and fight at Eagle FC. So, what's next for Dan Ige? It surprised me he's only 30. It sucks because he arguably beat Josh Emmett. I think he did beat Josh Emmett, in my opinion. Maybe him and Barboza already fought. So maybe, but they could rematch, I guess. I don't know. I don't want to feed him to Taporia. I think Shane Burgos. No, Shane Burgos does not have. Does Shane Burgos have a fight? I don't think he does. Let's see. Does Shane Burgos have a fight? Charles Jourdain, he does have a fight, and it's in 2 weeks. I thought I saw that. I don't know, man. He needs to step back for sure. Let me look at outside the rankings real quick. Who can Dan Ige fight? Who can Dan Ige fight? You know what? He can step in against Bill Algeo. I think Billy Quarantillo pulled out, or I might have it backwards. So I don't know. Bill Algeo or Billy Quarantillo. Mendez dropped Volkanovski up against the fence. I vaguely remember that. Who made Dana more money, Habib or Conor? Definitely Conor. Definitely Conor. If you had to put $100 on finding who was on Royce, who would you put your money on? Usman or Romero? Usman before Romero. How we could hate Kelly and love Conor. Conor is worse than Kelly. I don't like either one of them per se. So as a person, for sure. At least Conor's an exciting fighter. I mean, Kelly's not boring, but you know, I always felt Dana didn't treat Tyron Woodley great. Yeah, they hated Tyron Woodley. Dana White and the UFC hated Tyron Woodley. They were praying for him to lose, for sure, 100%. I forgot. Someone even said that. An announcer or somebody said, you know what? They do not like this guy. UFC 270 might have been the worst press conference. The UFC 270 press conference was actually pretty good. So, I don't know what you're talking about, bro. Who is all-time middleweight GOAT? Anderson Silva. I'm about to say someone's name you don't really like, so be ready. How much more money would Nate make versus Jake Paul instead of a UFC? I'm so tired of my nose itching right now. I'm going to have to shave my mustache off. Go with the Dagestani beard. Probably significantly more. Significantly more. What's up, Bernie Mac? Josh Emmett arguably lost a lot of his recent fights. Might have been gifted a beating by Volk. Yeah. Karma's a bitch, I guess. Nate would make $500K in a Jake Paul fight easily. Tyron Wood made $4 million. Nah, he'd make more than that. Damon Jackson versus Ige is a good fight. Sure. Royval is a fun fighter. Yeah, Royval is one of my favorite flyweights to watch, if not my favorite flyweight to watch. What's up, Fast? I hope you were doing well. What's up, Antoine? My day was good. I hope yours was as well. Thank you, Trey, for letting me know. Guys, do me a favor. If you have not already, and I see a lot of you have not, do me a favor. It helps the live stream. It helps the channel grow. Like the stream. Run up the likes on the stream. I would greatly appreciate it. We're at 16 likes right now. And we got over 50 people in here. So, was just listening to James Lynch's live stream. I hope it was good. From earlier today, I was in there about half the time. I was doing something, so it was hard for me to jump in there too much. If they don't release who's fighting at 281 at the 277 pay-per-view, why do you think is that? Probably still coming to terms, and it'll be August, September. No, it'll be August. They may not, it's 3 months away, so they may not just yet. Who wins in a tournament consisting of Volk, Holloway, Prime, Mendez, Edgar, Aldo, and McGregor? Volk. 100% Volk. Do you think O'Malley will be the new Conor when it comes to tweeting and such in the future? Probably. But I don't think he'll make it as far as Conor did, honestly. Evening, Joey. What's up, Blayton? I hope you're doing well. Fiziev beats McGregor. Yeah, I put that in the title, so we might as well talk about it a little bit more. I think Conor, coming off a leg break, the guy's not been the same in a long, long time. He has not won a fight at lightweight since... No, not even Cowboy. No. I don't even know how I forgot this. He has not won a lightweight fight since 2016. Conor McGregor has not won a lightweight fight since he beat Eddie Alvarez. Yeah, pretty crazy. He's not beating Rafael Fiziev. I'll tell you that much right now. It ain't happening. Fiziev is just too technical. He would brutally chop the legs. He would be defensively responsible. He has too many tools in the toolbox. Conor be coming off an injury. Conor's full of surrounded by yes men. And I think Fiziev would beat the living shit out of Conor McGregor and probably finish him. But it'd be a hell of a fun fight. If 75% of the old Conor showed up, it'd be very interesting. Because Conor does have elite level striking and good accuracy, and he has a bomb of a left hand. An absolute bomb of a left hand. So, why does Derek Lewis need to do to get a title shot? Knock like 3 people out. Who's next for Bryce Mitchell? I want to see him versus Movsar Evloev. That's what I want to see. Jared Cannonier is old and sound like an old man at the press conference. Fair enough. What's going on, Andy? Joe, do you feel like John Jones beats any heavyweight period? Probably. I'm very high on John Jones. Who is your most entertaining fighter in each division that you love watching? Who is my most entertaining fighter in each division that I love watching? Flyweight, most entertaining fighter, probably Figgy. Bantamweight, for me, my favorite fighter to watch is Piotr Jan. Featherweight, gotta be Volk. Lightweight, gotta be Charles. Welterweight, Khamzat Chimaev. Middleweight, definitely not Israel Adesanya. Probably Paulo Costa. Paulo Costa's had some amazing fights. Light heavyweight, Yuri. Heavyweight, probably Francis. There you go. There you go, my friend. There you go. And now I lost my spot in the chat. No. I had a shit day. I worked 1 to 10, the worst shift ever. Dude, that's brutal. That is brutal fast. Not from a legitimate source. What's next for Evloev? Bryce Mitchell, I believe. Ngannou can KO John Jones a heavyweight fight. He's a weight bully. He is a weight bully. People are throwing around weight bully far too much, and it's actually kind of annoying. I don't know. What is this thing here? I don't even know what I just clicked on. Yeah, I don't necessarily think, I think Francis can KO him, but I don't think he will. Top 5 things that annoy me. 5, Izzy's nails. 4, John's hibernation, eye pokes. Fighter pay still being an issue. Conor McGregor, privilege, your turn, a.k.a. future YouTube legend. Thank you, Mac McKenzie. I don't think I've ever seen you in the live stream before. But thank you for your support, and if I have, I forgot. Top 5 things that annoy me. In no particular order, things that annoy me. Eye pokes, fence grabs, not being punished. There you go. I'm tired of fouls just not being punished in general. Caught like following on fan bases of certain fighters, whether it be Habib or whoever else, Conor, Sean O'Malley, you name it. Fighter pay. Habib's retirement. There you go. Santos versus Hill, who wins? I'm going Jamal Hill by KO. Both Conor and Tony Kelly are scummy, but Conor takes the cake in that regard. Fair enough. Who was the main and co-main of UFC 248? Let's see if you remember. 248? 248. I'm not Googling it. My hands are here. Okay. What was 248? 248. I knew that one sounded familiar. No, I'm wrong. 248 is Adesanya, Yo Romero, and Weili Zhang versus Joanna Jędrzejczyk, I believe. It was in March of 2020. You almost got me. I was about to say Tony Ferguson, Justin Gaethje. But nope, it's Adesanya versus Yo Romero. Co-main event, Weili versus Joanna. There you go. I'm ready for Jamal to run through Thiago. Yeah, I think he will. I think he will as well. Thiago just hasn't been the same. Thoughts on Colby Covington saying Leon Edwards will beat Kamaru, but still not responding to Khamzat's call-outs. He don't want that fight. Colby don't want that fight against Khamzat. If UFC can get Jones versus Stipe for 279, what are they going to do? Probably throw together some shit piss-poor card. Throw together an interim title fight of some division that doesn't need it, would be my guess. It gets me sad the way people are saying Pedro was looking for a way out. O'Malley is... Yeah, we've beat that dead horse into the ground, but I agree. Prime Chad Mendes versus Henry Cejudo, who wins? Definitely Chad Mendes. Undoubtedly Chad Mendes. Is there any ranked Jewish fighter? I don't know. Let's not forget Conor fought the lightweight goat Dustin Poirier. Stop. If you had to take a leg kick full force from Gaethje, how much would someone have to pay you? Probably at least like 30 grand. Think Islam can take Conor? Yes. When do you see Izzy versus Costa 2? I don't know, man. I just want to see if Costa makes any adjustments. I was so hyped for that fight. That it just was disappointing to see Izzy dominate the way he did. So I want to see it run back. Yo, I hear you're the American version of the MMA Guru. Is this true? No, I can walk under my own power. So no. It's probably premature to say, but I think Fiziev would give Volk a 155 a pretty hard time if they were to fight whatever happened. Yeah, I think you could be right. Do you think Conor could come back and win the welt? No. Conor's main advantages was his speed and accuracy. Now he's probably weighing 180 pounds in ring rust and a broken leg. So you take into account all those factors. My likes to watch MMA, but he doesn't any of the fighters, and dude, that message just gave me a issue. I can't read that. Israel, the last decision bender. Me to never watch Adesanya. Okay. Joe, I know you love what you do here, YouTube. Love what you do, then do you consider it work? I guess not. I don't know. It's actually crazy because was I right on UFC 248? I never even Googled it. Let me Google it real quick. Was I right? Nobody even told me in the chat. Come on. I was right. And Benil Dariush versus Jakar Close as well. It's crazy because now because there's actually so many people who watch the videos now, I feel like I can't miss stuff. You know what I mean? I can't miss like big news or fight. It's actually kind of like daunting in a way, but I love doing it. So hopefully one day this is the only thing I do. Who's your favorite ref and the worst ref you've seen in the UFC? Favorite ref right now is Jason Herzog. Worst referee ever is probably Steve Mazzagatti. Dude looked like he was out there just blind as a bat. Was the worst ref ever. Herb Dean's doing a bad job now. I think Steve Mazzagatti's off the case now. So, what's next for Ian Gary? Probably a ranked fight. Book him against Li Jingliang. But I doubt it. I doubt they do that, but maybe. I made my UFC 281 card today. Islam versus Chandler. No. Hamzat versus Bilal. Evloev versus Mitchell Shavkat. I love every fight on the card, but I don't want to see Islam versus Chandler. No. We must see Islam versus Charles Oliveira. Do you agree Bilal Muhammad looks like Ariel Helwani? No. Tank Abbott. I like how you got Tank Abbott's picture in your thing. What the hell, dude? Why do people do that? Pick out like fighters, especially an older fighter, and make it as their pick on YouTube. It's very strange. But no. Sugar refuses to rematch Pedro. He saw it as a win. How much of a puss is he? I don't think he's a puss. I just think he's really good at shaping the narrative. I don't think he's worried about fighting Pedro, but he's like, I already won. I'm moving on. I want bigger and better things. He wants more pay. He wants a bigger fight. He wants to move on. Probably wants to fight Frankie Edgar next or some shit. Kelly and Connor, why attacks the Irish fighter? Shaking my head, amazing. I don't know what you're saying. Man, you're good at remembering cards. I went for a boring main event to see if you would forget. That was actually kind of stumped me a little bit. I used to remember every single one, but the numbers doubled. So now we have 148 and 248. You know what's funny, Lucid? I swear, I mean, how would I Google this right now? When you initially said that, I thought of UFC 148, and I know exactly what UFC 148 was. It was Anderson Silva, Chael Sonnen 2. Co-main event was Tito versus Forrest Griffin. That was the co-main event. So look that up. Google it right now. I have not Googled it. Why would I do that? That was the first thing I thought of because the number was double. I thought of 148, which was Anderson Silva, Chael Sonnen 2. I feel like you would look even better without the stash. Okay. Gina Carano versus Rousey in the backyard fight. Who wins? Probably Rousey, but I don't want to see it, and I would never. Prime or Doom versus Blades where Doom submits him. I met my dad. That makes sense. Prime Rockhold versus Izzy. I would take Prime Rockhold all day. Costa was overhyped. He's good and tough, but nothing special skill-wise. There you go. How many times does UFC MMA cross your mind during your workday? Every time. That's literally, I mean, it's crazy. But I'm thinking about it a lot. I'm thinking about, you know what I mean? Like, what videos am I going to make? You know, what news is going on? What am I missing? That's why a lot of times I'll get on here on the chat. You guys will ask me about something. I haven't heard of it yet because I didn't see it. So it's constantly popping in my mind. I'm constantly checking online to see if there's news. It's tough. It's tough because you got to try to keep up with. I like keeping up with the news anyway, as far as MMA goes. But it's tough because if I don't, and then, you know what I mean, I might miss something, and then, you know, there could have been a perfect video opportunity, something like that. So it's a constant thing. I'm always thinking about MMA. So, geez Louise. Fair enough. I feel as the title is probably gone from the picture for Conor, but I feel like he could get back into winning terms. Yeah, if they give him favorable matchups. My dad watches MMA, but he doesn't know much about it. He tells me to never watch Adesanya. Yeah, I mean, that's one, the time you skip it is going to be the time he has a showcase performance or gets KO'd. I recently watched a video of McGregor vs. Poirier 2 behind the scenes. It was after Conor got knocked out, and it was crazy how nice he was. Weird times. Yeah. Yep. Frozen Like Elsa was a prime example. Yeah. Ian Gary versus Wonder Boy. I take Wonder Boy. Is Izzy slowly turning heel? Seems like fans are rooting for Pereira, especially since his post-fight interviews in there. Yes. I think people are kind of starting to get put off by Adesanya. Will the UFC ever hold an event in Russia again? I don't know if they ever have. Have they? Yeah, I think they have. Yeah, you're right. No. Not for a long time. It was probably the second fight, John Mundy, because I'm pretty sure Conor went straight to the hospital. He was... Oh, I thought he did say the second fight. What did he say? It had to be the second fight, right? Yeah, because he had a broken leg. They weren't talking at the third fight. I'm Team Izzy till the wheels fall off. Fair enough. If you had a chance to win a lot of money, depending on who you bet it on for this fight, who would you bet on, Conor or Masvidal? I bet on Masvidal for sure. Yeah, this is an easy one. Khabib Conor. Co-main event, Tony Ferguson versus Anthony Pettis. There you go. Boom. Already answered. Oliveira said he wouldn't fight in Abu Dhabi. You never know. I can remember. Yeah. Oh, I thought you asked me. Do you feel Bryce becoming champion? No. But, you never know. But with Volk as champ, it's going to be a tough one. It's going to be tough to become a champion. Guys, if you're watching the stream and you're not subscribed to the channel, help me get to 4,000 subscribers. We are 180 subscribers away from 4,000. So subscribe to the channel, like the stream, share the stream, all that good stuff. I would greatly appreciate it. It really helps the channel out. Let's see. Where was that? What was your very first impression when Conor first joined the UFC? I actually was a huge Conor fan when he first came into the UFC. Like, I'm talking before his first fight. I really liked the way he talked. I liked his fight style. I was a massive Conor fan, turned into a person that did not really like him all that much. So that was my initial impression. And I was never one of these people that thought he was some magical fighter. I always thought he had deficiencies. And I still think that. What fighter comes to your mind that is 100% overrated? It's got to be O'Malley. People are acting like he's a champ, and he's not. It used to be Hamzat because I thought Hamzat was good, but we had no idea how good he was. But now we know how good he is because the win over Gilbert. How many times does Conor fight in the octagon before he leaves for boxing? I'll say 2 more times. Think Adesanya can take Michael Venom Page? Yes, for sure. I'd still like to see Ian Gary versus Kevin Holland. That'd be a good one. Masvidal recently thought, who's died? That's a weird matchup to even think about, to be honest. I doubt that ever happens, but I wouldn't mind it. Yeah, they would definitely get harassed. What's your most anticipated fight that never happened? Most anticipated, probably Anderson Silva, John Jones. There was a time where everyone was dying to see that, and it never happened. So that's probably it. Does Prime 2016 Tony versus Khabib go to decision? No, Khabib probably finishes him with ground and pound. I watched Costa Vittori early, had to draw with the point deduction. Paulo looked like an animal. If he can get down to 185, he'll be a problem. Yeah. Looks sick for sure. I heard Islam's next opponent was Chandler. I really hope that's not the case. Yeah, that's not official. That's just people talking bullshit. What's up, DAA? Nice to see your channel go. By the way, I don't hope he fights Henry. I doubt the UFC will make that. I think Sean would take the fight. I think Henry will take the fight. But I doubt the UFC will be willing to make it. If it does happen, because I do have in the title, we might as well break it down real quick. If Henry Cejudo versus Sean O'Malley happens, that's going to be a very interesting fight. I favor Henry Cejudo, But I just have a hard time believing Henry couldn't get him down and control him. But if Sean O'Malley can stuff the takedowns, I think Sean O'Malley can strike with pretty much anyone. But I think Henry Cejudo would be able to get him down. I think he would be kicking the legs. I think the takedown threat, which set up the striking of Henry Cejudo. So I would take Henry Cejudo in that one. There you go. What is your favorite Dan Hooker fight? Poirier. Who would you predict in Cyril Gane versus Ngannou? Who did you predict? I took Ngannou for sure. DC said that Izzy gets paid $7 million. Who knows? Why do you think Chimaev changed his approach to a degree? Before it was calling out anyone from welterweight to middleweight and wanting to fight whoever. Now he chilled out. Well, I don't agree with that, James Perez, because he just called out Alex Pereira. I think he's just waiting for a fight. I think they're trying to convince Colby Covington. Who wins Corey Anderson versus Yuri? I'll say Yuri. Volkanovski's a hero to all the midgets like me. Him beating everyone at 5'6"-ish is nice. I'm a little taller than Volk, though. Fair enough. I'm sure there is. I don't know any off the top of my head. Yeah, that's an easy one. Adesanya Yan, co-main event. What was the co-main event on that one? Piotr. There was 3 title fights on that card, but I can't remember which order it was in. So I think Amanda Nunes versus Megan Anderson was the 3rd fight down. The co-main event was Aljo versus Piotr Yan, this DQ fight. I want to see Izzy, but he makes it hard sometimes. Yeah, for sure. If Bryce cuts down to 135, where would he be in the rankings? Dude, 135 is just a savagery of a division. I think he'd probably be at like number 8-ish. Esparza versus Whaley in November, December, Joey. I hope it happens sooner. I just want to see Whaley snatch that belt off of Carlos Esparza already. I would love to see that. Who won the MMA Joey Award for Breast Trash Talk Gone Wrong performance? Max or Strickland? Strickland. Who would say RDA is a good underdog pick? Probably. I think there's a chance he gets it done. I just don't think it's very likely. Do you think Conor will return and fight the winner of Chandler versus Dustin if that fight happens? No. I think him and the UFC will pick him out the most manageable fight that he can possibly get. He might fight Cowboy Cerrone again. Aljamain Sterling looked way better on the feet against Pedro than O'Malley. Fair enough. Fair enough. What's up, Prison Mike? What's going on? If Bryce keeps beating ranked fighters, he will eventually get a title shot. Agreed 100%. GSP Silva, that's another one. What state does Joey live in? Maryland. Maryland, my friend. How did I read that? If UFC doesn't get Jones Stipe for 280 or any other champs instead of doing an interim fight, would you like to do a... No. No. That's not a main event. They will find something. It's just a matter of what it is. Who sells better pay-per-view wise, O'Malley or Colby? I don't think either one yet. I don't think either one really sells a lot of pay-per-views yet. People pretend like Colby Masvidal was going to be huge. That wasn't a huge fight. It was a terrible card. I shit on it months beforehand. Like, why is this a main event of a card? And apparently didn't do that well because UFC wasn't bragging about it. So, O'Sally's too frail for Ian. Yeah, we like to call him Mally in this chat. We call him Mally for short. I don't know if UFC would make O'Malley versus Cejudo because Cejudo would probably... Yeah, agreed 100%. Dude, I said this the other day. I could not believe it. O'Malley has been in the UFC for 5 years. For 5 years. He's been fighting trash cans for 5 years. That's insanity. Up until Pedro Munoz. Prime Sonnen versus Izzy. Izzy would beat the brakes off of Prime Sonnen. O'Malley isn't overrated. He would be 17-0. It wasn't for it. Stop. He's overrated. People think he's a champion. Do you think Dustin versus Chandler will happen next? I hope so. Michael versus Islam for the championship and Charles versus... No, that's not going to happen. Chandler's full of shit. It's never going to happen. I forgot where I saw that too. I think I saw like somebody reporting that, but it's not going to happen. I'll mark my words. I'd be shocked if that happened. I mean, I guess there's always a chance, but doubt it. Esparza versus Rodriguez is a better fight. I disagree. Tates and Nunes might retire this month if they lose. Hopefully, Tate does. I don't want to see her in another main event. I don't want to see her in another main event at all. Who wins, Prime GSP or Prime Usman? I'll say GSP outstrikes him. So, I'd go Usman. If it wasn't Charles Oliveira that got dropped instead of Strickland, do you think the ref would have gave him more time? I mean, he was out cold. He was stiff. So no, they wouldn't have given more time because if you're stiff, you're out cold. So it's not like he just got dropped. He stiffened up. Guys, keep the questions coming. Blow up the chat with questions. Blow up the chat with questions right this very second if you want the stream to continue. I'm catching up to the chat. I remember when we used to have like 10 or 15 people in here. Now it's almost 1 a.m. I've been on here for almost an hour. We got almost 70 people in here. So guys, fill the chat with questions. Like the stream. How do we have more than double people than the likes we have? You guys want the channel to grow or what? You got to like the stream. It takes 1 second to click the little like button. I hate asking for it, but I have to. All my research says you have to do it. So go click the like button for me. If you don't feel like clicking the like button, I'll give you an exception, but you got to send a $10 holla, as Besides You would say. Okay. Let's see. O'Malley versus Pimlet. Two different divisions. Cringe title on the line. I think O'Malley's more cringe. What are your thoughts on Chase Hooper? He looked impressive in his last fight. But he's still too early to tell. I don't think he's ever going to be like the elite of anything. I'm for sure not a Conor fan, but I admit he was very high-level talent and will show it on his comeback. Fair enough. That's pretty crazy, but remember foot injury, then tapered supplement, last failure, took 2 years for him, I believe. Yeah, you're right, but still, he's been in the UFC for 5 years. That's just insanity to me. That's just straight up insanity to me. Cerrone's gone now, but I feel like a return at welterweight, maybe a Chiesa or Bilal. For lightweight, probably Chandler Tony. Okay, I don't know what you were all saying there, but if Francis and Izzy were on the same card, who main events? Definitely Francis, for sure. Dude, Conor's not fighting Fiziev. Why'd you put that on your title? Dude, why are you crying? Why are you crying about that? I didn't say breaking news, Conor versus Fiziev announced. They've been going back and forth. I just threw this stream together, man. If you don't like the title, then don't click on the video. What about Prime GSP versus Prime Hamzat? I'll take Prime GSP outstriking him as well. Beneil's one of the most underrated fights. He deserves a big spot versus Poirier or that caliber, but I can see the UFC giving Beneil Gamrot. They're going to give him Gamrot. I guarantee it. They're going to do him dirty. They're going to definitely do him dirty. Who is the all-time bantamweight GOAT? Dominic Cruz. Joey, would you be down to give us some clips of you shadowboxing for Ariel Helwani meme? No. I might hang upside down and have someone punch me in the face, Joshua Fabia, Diego Sanchez style. But outside of that, no. You're asking for too much, Shane. Cruz, yep. Dominic Cruz, yep. How do you feel about Tony Conor? I like the fight. I think it's a 50-50 fight. Conor either finishes him early or Tony brutalizes him in the 4th and 5th. Who would win Cejudo, Cruz, DJ versus Ngannou? I'll take the first 3. I think someone jumps on his back and chokes him out. Do you think Volk might get to fight Charles for a vacant one? No. Better not. I need to see. I refuse to believe anything but Oliveira versus Islam. That's the fight I want to see, and I refuse to believe anything else. And I think the UFC knows that's a big fight, so they will make that fight. 5 years is longer than I thought. I watched. Yeah, it's crazy. I know. It's very, very crazy, my friend. If you were the UFC, would you put as a main event Carla versus Zhang? Or no, Carla versus Zhang will not be a main event. I would put Jorge versus Nate too, and the UFC would as well. O'Malley said he's good to fight Henry in September. You think Henry really want that fight? Yes, I think Sean wants to fight. I think Henry wants to fight. The UFC will not make that fight. I'm pretty sure. I'm like 75% sure. But also Henry responded and said he can't be ready till October because of USADA. So, who knows though? That's not that far away. That's only 3 months away. If you could make any fighter, past or present, who would it be? Personally, I would say GSP versus or Jones. I would do Jones versus Anderson or GSP versus Anderson. Tony versus Conor makes sense. Tony versus Conor is a good fight to make. Will the UFC do it? Nope. They might. That might be the most winnable, promotable fight for Conor. Tai Tuivasa versus Gane. Gon's going to pick him apart from range, and Tai Tuivasa is going to get finished in the later rounds, most likely. Prime Daniel Cormier versus Prime Brock. Daniel Cormier would wreck him on the feet. Brock Lesnar had some of the worst striking I've ever seen in my life. Thoughts on Max versus Tony with Max moving up? I think that sounds right. What the hell would Cruz do to Francis? It was all three of them versus Francis. Have you ever competed in a form of MMA? Yeah, I was the light heavyweight champ for the UFC back in 2005. Now I'm kidding. No, not really. O'Malley hasn't been fighting trash cans for 5 years. It's only been 4 years. He got suspended for 1 year for steroid use. Let's not forget. Fair enough, Max McKenzie. Aldo still has a couple interesting fights at bantamweight. TJ, yeah, Aldo could still contend for a title. So, Carla versus Yang should be a main event. I disagree. After that piss poor performance Carla did in her last fight, plus Zhang's going to run her over in the first round. Plus, it's not going to sell. I don't get paid by the UFC, but it's not going to sell at all. So why would they put that as a main event? It's just not going to happen. You think Max could beat Oliveira right now at 55? No. But maybe. I think it's debatable, but I would not pick him to win, especially after that beating he just took at the hands of Volkanovski, just beating his ass. Corey, not Cody. Okay, I see what you mean now. What is Maryland most known for? Probably Baltimore being dangerous, I would say, or crabs, which you always mention. Don't do that to Tony. Yeah, you're right. Please don't do that to Tony. Max not beating Charles at 155 today. Yeah, probably not. Does UFC have any non-title pay-per-view main event star other than McGregor? Masvidal and Diaz, 1L streaks. Hamzat could headline without. No. Nope. Conor's not coming back to the UFC again. Way too much to lose. He is rich in the moment. More kids, blah, blah, blah. He's not coming back unless Mayweather calls him. I think he'll come back. He'll be back. Beginning of next year, probably. Do you feel Izzy is overrated? No. I don't think so. I feel like most people rate him about how he is. But I'm sure some people overrate him for sure. Did you feel the clip of O'Malley crying because he got hit back in the head and ended up getting... No, I did not. When was that? No, I actually might have seen that. He was getting ground and pound. He was about to get finished. And apparently he ate a shot to the back of the head. I did see that, and it was like a grainy clip. How big of an upset would it be, Carla? It would be massive. That would be crazy. That would be insane. If Carla beat Wade Lee, oh, my jaw would drop. My jaw would drop. My jaw would drop. It's crazy how much damage Max takes. Literally is never rocked or hurt. I know. I mean, he's taken so much damage over the course of his career. And especially in that Volk trilogy. Oh my goodness. The damage was unreal. What are you guys all doing up at 1 a.m.? I know it's Eastern time, but what time is it? Put in the chat right now. There's 60 of you in this chat. Put in the chat right now. What time is it where you are at? Where are you from? Because I did not expect there to be 60 people in here tonight at a random time. It just shows how much the channel is growing. The channel is growing at a rapid rate. We're gonna hit 100K before the end of next year, maybe. So what time is it and where are you at? What time is it and where are you at? I need to know. Top 3 pay-per-view draws right now. I don't know, man. Conor's definitely number 1. I don't know who else is really considered a draw. I guess Adesanya would be number 2. Then maybe like a Nate or Masvidal tied. So, something like that. Whew, everyone's answering me about the time, huh? Aldo would beat Aljo right now if he got the shot. I agree. Hopefully it happens soon. You want me to put it in the title so you can complain about it, Mike Griffin? I'm just kidding. Better to be overrated than underpaid. Yeah, Max is weirdly tough. Are you a Namajunas fan, and what do you think of Pat Barry? I think Pat Barry's an absolute weirdo and a psychopath, and I was a Namajunas fan, but I swore her off after that shit stain of a performance versus Carlos Barza. Tony Ferguson for sure. I thought Tony Ferguson was going to beat him until he got front kicked in the chin and brutally KO'd. Which Bellator fight was your favorite in the past year? I don't remember. Probably Sergio Pettis, Kyoji Horiguchi. 10 p.m. where Prison Mike is. Get ready for your jaw to drop, my friend. Carlos Bars is going to win. No, she's not, Blatant. I was just wondering, Joey, I'm new here. I thought you were from New York, New Jersey, or Philly. I'm originally from NY. Yeah, I'm from Baltimore, Maryland. It is 1:08 p.m. Who is more durable, Nate Diaz or Max Holloway? Nate Diaz. Probably Max Holloway, actually. Nate Diaz has been finished by Josh Thompson. So, okay. 10:07 from Seattle. Jeez, it's early there. Prison Mike's from California, and it's 10 p.m. there. 12 p.m. at where French Fries is. In Ohio, 1 p.m. from Creation Bear. At 6:06 a.m. Lucid, what are you doing up at 6:06 a.m. watching my stream? I appreciate you, Lucid. Eric says it's 10:07 in Las Vegas. Appreciate you watching me from Las Vegas, Eric. It's 1:07. I'm in New York. 12:07 in Little Rock. 1:07. 1 a.m. Got the whole week off of work. That's awesome besides you. Enjoy it while you can. 1 a.m. Canada. Thank you, Little Seal. Florida, 1:07 as well. 5 p.m. Aotearoa, New Zealand, making muffins. Okay. Enjoy your muffins, Whale Rider. Max took crazy damage versus Poirier 2 as well. Volk in his older age, but much fresher. Yeah. I'd say Nate number 2 with the right matchup. Yeah, you're right. 12 p.m. Central, but I'm a grown 50-year-old man, okay? Top 3 draws, Mac. Okay. Whatever. Damn, we all up at 1 a.m. hanging out with Joe. Yeah, we just hanging out. What would you guys rather be doing right now, honestly? Is Uriah Faber retired? Is Uriah Faber retired? Faber versus Swan. Yes, Faber's retired. What if Volk versus Max was like Gaethje versus Ferguson? And Max goes on a losing streak? Wouldn't surprise me. Wouldn't surprise me, dude. 1:08 in the morning. $5 holla. Brandon Vargas, thank you for your support. I appreciate you, my friend. Thank you for the $5 holla at 1:08 in the morning. 1:08 in the morning, dollar holla. Yeah, I appreciate you, man. The $5 holla. I really do appreciate it. It means a lot. 6:08 a.m. in Scotland. What are you doing up? 12:08 here. Favorite fight of all time? Probably Robbie Roy 2. Chael Anderson 1. Charles refuses to fight. No, dude, he's just saying it. If the UFC wants it, they'll do it. If the UFC wants it, they'll do it. Did you have Tony taking that first round against Chandler? Yes. Yes. I thought he was going to beat Chandler. So, but that has nothing to do with me scoring the first round for him. But I thought he was going to beat him going into it. After seeing the first round, I was 100% sure he was going to win. But obviously that didn't go well. Who wins in an MMA double team fight between Michael Bisping, MMA Joey, and Chael Sonnen, MMA Guru? That's never going to happen, but I'll say Michael Bisping and MMA Joey for sure, because I'm biased. Who's your favorite fight style? Who has the favorite fight style in the UFC for you? It's got to be Israel Adesanya. I'm kidding. Probably Hamzat. He's like a brawler, but he's also an elite level grappler. But maybe Piotr Jan, just because he's so elite and technical and has everything. He has everything. If Carla wins, you owe me a $10 holla. Look, if Carla wins, if Weili wins, I expect a $20 holla from you, Blatant Express. If Weili wins, I expect a $20 holla. So, there you go. How would Vadim Nemkov do in the UFC? Feel like he's the best fighter in Bellator right now. He's not the best fighter in Bellator right now. Corey Anderson's better than him, I think. Vadim Nemkov. Let me just double check what I'm saying before I say it. He should have lost the fight to Corey Anderson. Corey Anderson accidentally headbutted him, opened up a cut, I believe it was. And the fight got stopped. Corey Anderson is better than Vadim Nemkov. How would he do in the UFC? He wouldn't do all that well. Yeah, I know. I think he has a win over Yuri, but that's not. Yuri was nothing like what he is now. He would probably be in the top 15 though, for sure. He'd be in the top 15. 107 in Florida. Look at that fro in that profile picture, right here. Look at that fro, guys. Nice hair, big shot. I woke up at 5:25, went for a run, went for a shower, and now I'm watching you. Lucid, I appreciate you. Aaron Blanchfield is the next flyweight champion. Yes, even before Talia Santos. Fair enough. Thank you again, Brandon. What's the most brutal KO you ever seen in entire UFC history? Probably Barboza Terry Edom. When Carla wins, you owe me a $10 holla. Okay. I'll have to figure that one out. Yeah, many people don't like Henry, but I feel he's a beast and will destroy O'Malley. Yeah, I would definitely favor this guy. Mike Griffin, dude. I see this message that was hidden. Put Connor. This message is too much. I'm just going to hide that. I don't want you talking about you touching yourself, Mike Griffin. Come on now. I had to hide your message. Yeah, I think Henry wins that fight. I'd rather be spinning, axe kicking. Okay. UFC don't seem to want Nate versus Poirier. The fans did. Yeah, UFC didn't want it. Blanchfield not sniffing the bell as long as the real goat is around. Dude, James, you're going to wear that one out. If you were to jump in the octagon, what martial arts would you take up? I would definitely go train with Rex from Napoleon Dynamite. And I would learn some Rex Kwon Do. Would you ever do fighter interviews? I already have fighter interviews. One. I've done one fighter interview on the channel 2 weeks ago. I interviewed Chris Curtis. So go watch it out. Do you have a background in MMA or enjoy watching MMA like me? Enjoy watching. If Charles doesn't want to fight there, then the UFC will just move on, which seems like the case. I hope not. Are you curious about Sage Northcutt's MMA return? No. My body clock's still out of whack from weekend pay-per-view. Don't finish till 6:30. European fans are hardcore. Yeah. Do you think Giga Chikadze can turn it around? Yes. Do you get other tips from... I've never talked... No, I'm lying. James Lynch I've talked to, and he's given me some tips. Outside of that, I have not communicated with any other MMA YouTuber ever. So, I'm just feeling my way through it, doing the best I can. Nemkov gave up against Uriak. So, okay, I had it backwards then. I thought he might have had a win for some reason. No, you're right. He retired in that fight. You know, I was thinking Nemkov had taken him down a couple times. I remember saying that in my prediction video, but I just mixed it up. Henry Cejudo, yeah, Craig. 7 title defenses right now. How many will she get, over or under 12? I have no idea. 113 Lockport, New York. Henry Cejudo is going to get flatlined by O'Malley. What's your pick for the greatest female fight of all time? Easy. Wei Li Zhang, Joanna and Jacek. Agreed. Agreed. Magic card starts at 3. That sucks, dude. I would not be an MMA fan if I lived in Europe. Best female fight, yeah. Do you think Bryce Mitchell has potential to be champ? Yes. I've never even talked to him. So what makes you think that? I've never talked to him, never talked about him. But no. You play UFC 4? If so, what's your opinion? No, I haven't. But EA Sports makes garbage video games. I played the first one. It was fun. After that, they ruined it. They've made the same Madden game for like 15 years now. I hate EA Sports. They've ruined everything. They've ruined all sports video games that they've made. So I'm pretty sure it's probably still garbage, but I have not given it a chance. I bought 2 and 3. Hated them both. I don't think I bought 4. You know, I think I actually did buy 4. I think I did buy 4. And I played one match. I turned it off and I uninstalled it because I bought it digitally. So I wasted like $65. Wei Li's my favorite female fighter. She's probably mine too. I overestimated Giga too. Good, but not as good. He couldn't deal with the pressure. He's got to be able to address the pressure. Who do you think would win, Jiri versus Prime Rumble? Definitely Prime Rumble. Prime Rumble's KOing him brutally. I want Umar and O'Malley to fight just so we can end all to see O'Malley shake Khabib's hand. Yeah, that would be a fun fight. I just feel like the Pedro rematch is necessary. I feel like the Pedro rematch is absolutely necessary. Super necessary, if you ask me. So, yeah. Super necessary. Book the rematch. After all the controversy, we need to see finality. I like Zhang. Jamal Hill could become champ. Agree? Yes. Jamal Hill has an amazing skill set. And nasty power, too. I can't believe he lost to Paul Craig. UFC Undisputed 3 is the best. EA just sucks, man. I just wish they would redo that game. EA Sports is garbage, dude. It was after UFC 2, UFC 3, UFC 4, same mechanic, just different fight. Yeah, they're garbage, dude. EA Sports is the worst company ever, honestly. Carlos Esparza, Rose Namajunas, too. Garbage fight. Um, do you think Pedro Munoz would have won the fight if he didn't get poked? Because that's what Pedro is claiming. O'Malley claims the opposite. I have no idea. Anyone telling you they know who was going to win is just grasping at straws. We don't know. We don't know. Not one fighter was dominating that fight. So, if I had to pick who I thought was going to win after that, it's literally just flipping a coin. O'Malley, Pedro. Pedro was doing well with the leg kicks, but Sean O'Malley was starting to get a little bit better, landing more hands in the first half of the second round. Just doing better with his striking, getting a better feel for the timing is a better way to say it. So it's really hard to say. Anybody saying they knew who was going to win is crazy. Which fight do you prefer to see? Out of what, Moose? Out of what? I made Kai versus Brandon fight on UFC 4. Made as top difficulty, and Kai won in the 5th round by breaking Brandon's leg with a kick. Fair enough. Yeah, worst fight of all. Already answered that. Yes, Pedro rematch with O'Malley. I think it has to happen. I heard a rumor about Kevin Holland versus Wonderboy. I wouldn't mind it, honestly. Yeah, I wouldn't mind it either. I prefer to see O'Malley versus Font next. Why? I think we need to see that other fight. Same way they rebooked Yair versus Stevens, they got to rebook O'Malley Munoz. Yeah, I think they should. And I was rooting for him, not rooting, but I wanted O'Malley to win just because of it makes the division more fun. Full disclosure, I'm heavily rooting for Pedro Munoz now. Islam versus Oliveira, Islam versus Volk. Which fight do you prefer? Islam versus Oliveira. Sugar won't fight Pedro. His overconfidence will get him hurt by Cejudo. I hope so. After celebrating the eye poke, yes. If Tony don't get kicked in the face, I feel he wins the fight. I agree. Islam versus DuBronx is the fight to make. Volk gets the winner. I agree. My locks at 276 were Izzy, Sugar, Muniz, and Drakus. There you go. Have you ever tried any martial arts, got into kickboxing last year, and want to try jiu-jitsu? I've always wanted to try jiu-jitsu, but no. Put Mally in with Yan and see what happens, dude. I think he gets beat up badly by Yan. But it'd be interesting. You know, it'd be cool to see him. That'd be a massive test, you know. Basically fighting a championship-level fighter. What's next for Korean Zombie? Probably retirement. I hope they don't feed him to Max. Joey, do you remember that big can Charlie chips? No. Let's be honest, O'Malley was taking... No, come on. Must have Pedro rematch. Yeah, I agree. What's going to be the first one out of the 3 to lose his belt and why? Who are you asking about? Who are you asking about? What's your most anticipated matchup? Right now, my most anticipated matchup is either Oliveira Islam or Kamaru versus Khamzat. That's what I would say. I mean, who doesn't want to see those fights? Or Francis versus Jones. All 3 of those fights. Which champ do you wish to get? What are you asking, bro? I don't know. You're gonna have to rephrase that. How do you feel Prime Lawler would do against the welterweight top 5? He'd probably still lose, but they would be competitive. Yeah, he would lose to all of them, but it would be competitive. Yep, he'd get out grappled by most of them. John Jones is realistically 23. Dude, whatever. Which champs do you wish to get dethroned? I think Aljo, just bad look for the division. I want him to lose right now. Carla needs to lose after that shit-stained performance. Julianna Pena, I find her annoying, so I kind of wouldn't mind her losing. Something along those lines. Rematch Pedro O'Malley. Yeah, who's going to be the first out of the 3 kings to lose his belt? Who are you discussing? Who are the 3 kings? Who were the 3 kings? Mac? Korean Zombie versus Tony makes some sense. Yeah, but that's 2 different weight classes. Doubt it happens. His clearest loss is to Reyes. That was a loss for sure. I disagree. I scored it for Jones, so I don't know. I randomly want to see Costa versus Jarrett. Yeah, I think that'd be a lot of fight. I think that would be a lot of fun. I said that completely wrong. and Marvin Robb. I'm looking forward to that. I think that's in September. Now thinking about it, Prime Lawler Masvidal would have been a fun fight. Agreed. That'd be an amazing fight. African fighters, I think. Is he okay? Yeah. Who's the first to lose their belt? I guess Usman. I'll say Usman loses to Leon. So Lawler could whoop a couple guys in the top 5 in his prime for sure. He might be able to whoop Bilal. Do you think Anthony Smith for an upset is underdog? I think it's possible, but no, I'll probably pick Ankalaev. Francis, Usman, Izzy, they call them the Three Kings. I had no idea. I never heard of that. Cannonier Strickland, I like that idea too. Am I the only one excited for 277? No, I am excited for 277 as well. 276 was a letdown, in my opinion. Late one tonight. For once, my insomnia is paying off. Yeah, I hope you got, I try to do these streams whenever I have time, and I wasn't particularly tired tonight. So, I figured I'd jump on here, and I had no idea all you guys would show up for the streams. So I hope you guys enjoyed these streams. I mean, we're in the members are in the Discord. We're in there talking every single day. That's where I let you guys know. I posted in there maybe 15 minutes before I streamed, letting you guys know I would stream. But we've built an awesome community here. I mean, it's crazy. I've watched a lot of YouTube. And there's a lot of toxic stuff going on in the comments and the live streams. And I mean, I couldn't be happier with our chat. And I believe you attract what you want to attract. And the chat we have here, for the most part, everyone's super respectful. And we just have a good time. We have a good time. So I'm happy to do this. And now my mustache is itching my nose. I got to shave this mustache off. I'm trimming it up tomorrow. Mike Buggy? No, stop it. Stop it. Let's see. Audio. Everything looks good on my end. So I think it's just you. Good show. Yeah, I hope you guys like the streams. It takes a lot of time. I mean, we're doing these streams for, at least 2 hours a week, if not more. I'll be streaming Saturday for the fights. So I hope you guys do enjoy them, because you guys are the ones I do them for. So the ones that are in, there's certain people that are in every single chat, and soon enough, probably by the time I hit 5 or 10,000, I'm gonna have to start finding people who are in every chat to be a moderator for me, because we're getting too many like spam things now, and I just want to make sure there's people there, because I don't want my chat to get ruined by spammers and idiots. So I appreciate you guys always joining me. Did you see the x-ray? Yes, he broke his wrist. Yeah, I think it was lagging a little bit. Audio is great now. I hope so. I hope the audio is beautiful. Beside you, O'Malley got his legs brutally chopped, and then he got flash KO'd with brutal ground and pound elbows, and then stretchered out of the cage with no serious injury. How good did that sound compared to when I sound like here? Leon Edwards versus Prime Carlos Condit. I'll take Prime Carlos. Nah, Leon Edwards without grappling. Nope. It was staticky for about 30 seconds. That's weird. Who's the most dominant fighter? Dominant fighter, Habib, probably. Great job, Joey. Thank you, Bernie Mac. I really hope Kai gets the belt. I don't see it happening, but it's possible. I really see someone on Twitter saying there wasn't one takedown at UFC 276. If that is the case, it's weird. Everyone calling it boring. Most casual would die for a full card without grappling. Yeah, I think you're right. I don't remember. Should we be hyped for this week's card? I think it's a decent card. I wouldn't say hyped. No, I already have a couple mods, but yeah, YouTube doesn't handle it well enough. I'll keep that in mind, Bernie Mac. You just keep in the streams. Let me know you're watching the streams. In the next few months, I'll be looking for the people who deserve to wield the band hammer, to have the wrench, to have the honor of wielding the blue wrench. So let me know when you're in the streams. It's going to be people who are in most of the streams, people I can trust not to ban certain things, because I'm kind of lenient, but at the same time, I want to get rid of people who are acting a fool and people who are doing ridiculous stuff. But I don't want, I need people to do what I would do. If I read it, I need them to do what I would do. So John Rod, been here for a while. Keep it up. my friend. And I will keep your name in the hat to wield the blue wrench very, very soon. Right now, we're doing all right. But in the next, I think by the end of the year, we're going to have to add a couple more mods, I think. Prime Condit was a problem. Prime Condit was one of my favorite fighters ever to watch. You ever watch DC Miller commentary? No, I don't know what that is. It's so funny when you violate O'Malley like that post the other day. Yeah. Dude, it just gets people butthurt. It's not about O'Malley. It's about the cult-like following. How'd you get into MMA? When did you start watching? I started watching around, I think it was 2010. The thing that sealed me, I started watching before this, but the thing that sealed me was Anderson Silva getting beat up for 4.5 rounds and then getting a triangle choke to win. That's what sealed me as a fan. Do you agree with O'Malley saying he won round 1 because he was checking kicks? No, he clearly lost round 1 in my opinion. I rewatched it. The kicks weren't even checked. I mean, there were some checked kicks. There was like 4 out of like 20, 25. So a lot of those caught the meat of the calf. Then when there was starting to get checked, Pedro was mixing them up to the thigh kicks. Just because he turned his shin out, sometimes after the kick was already landed, doesn't mean he checked them. Pedro clearly won the first round in my opinion. I rewatched, yeah, I agree. Okay. Andre Nunes bodied Hall. Yeah, Nunes shot 4 takedowns. Yeah, you're right. I was thinking the main card. He was talking about. What do I have to do to become a mod? I don't know. We'll talk about it in the future, man. We'll talk about it in the future. It's not something we need just yet. So I'll keep you in mind. Yes, sir. I hope your boy Chris wins. It would be a huge win for him. Me too. I'm rooting for him for sure. I think it's a very good matchup for him in the division. I'm from the UK and you're from US, so it would be some streams I wouldn't be there. Yeah, it makes sense. Okay. I'll keep you in mind too because, we can always use extra people, especially on the post-fight streams. But I have to make it very clear what I want because I don't want people getting banned and people getting blocked and people getting hidden for stuff that I wouldn't hide them for. So, got you. Thank you. Prime Hooker was one of my favorite fighters of all time. Which reporter would you like to see? I don't want to see him slap anyone, honestly. DC Miller's a good guy. He has a small channel too. Is it just called DC Miller? I've never heard of this ever. So, I'll have to look it up. Let me see. Let me see if I can find it. What are your guys' I ask this every once in a while. What are your guys' favorite small MMA channels? I don't even find someone named DC Miller. I don't even know. Is the name just DC Miller? There's one with 23 subscribers. There's no way that's what you're talking about. It doesn't even have any videos. So, I have no idea what you're talking about, Vince. Dan Hooker still is one of my favorite. I'll die on this hill. That's fine. Agreed. Have you ever been to a UFC event? Yes and yes. I've been to 3 live UFC events. I have been to 172 Jones versus Glover, 244 Nate Diaz versus Masvidal, and Jairzinho Rozenstruik, Alistair Overeem. Hooker Poirier was such a great fight. Shame Hooker declined it. Yeah. Yeah, the takedown thing was about the main card. I forgot to mention that. Yeah, I figured. How many times you rewatched? None. Chris Curtis will beat Jack more than likely. Chris has amazing takedown defense, and Jack can't do much standing. I agree. Yeah, he did. Yeah, I think it's Miller DC. I've never heard of that before. How small is it? But let me know some of the channels you guys are watching. I always like to look these things up. I still don't find it. It doesn't even come up when you search his name. I searched Miller DC. Let me filter and say channel only. 5 subscribers. Yeah, I don't see anyone. You guys are gonna have to let me know. I'm curious. I want to see what this channel is. Yeah, I don't see anything. I do not see anything. I just filtered by channel and I don't see anyone named Miller DC. I'm a mod for Miller, never heard of it. MMA Guru, Miller DC. The Barnhill brothers are good. I've never even heard of that. He does MMA and boxing commentary. Okay. I like you and James Lynch and Guru. Well, that's a hell of a trio. Does McGregor ever fight anywhere other than New York or Las Vegas? No. You can believe me if you want, Joey, but you're the only UFC guy I watch. I rarely watch UFC guys, but there's something about I like mostly that you interact with everyone. Appreciate you, Lucid. What do you mean by UFC guys? I'm an MMA guy. Come on, man. There's a small MMA promotion at the Hard Rock Tampa this weekend. I may go. I've never been to a live MMA event. Okay. I hope you have a good time, Vince. Thoughts on Chris Blades KO over Alistair Overeem? Curtis Blades, it was brutal. It was brutal. Full Mount MMA has good videos about 450K subscribers. They don't live stream. Yeah, I've seen some of that. But aren't they most just putting clips up? Combat TV is a must subscribe. Okay. You and Guru are my favorite streamers and MMA YouTubers in general. Yeah, but which one's your favorite, though? I need to know. I mostly watch you, James Lynch, and the Weasel. MMA. Okay. I never got an answer about the DC Miller guy. I wanted to see what the channel was like. I'm always curious what's going on, what you guys are watching specifically, but I guess no one's ever going to figure it out for me. I mainly watch you for MMA, then I just watch random videos from my recommended. Ariel's always good to put on. Yeah, Ariel does great interviews. Great interviews for sure. All right, if you guys have not, we're going to go for a little bit longer. We already been on here for an hour and a half almost. We're going to go for a little bit longer, but if you have not already liked the stream for me, I would greatly appreciate it if you like the stream. Also, guys, if you want to support the channel, become a member of the channel. Join the members Discord. It is $3. It is only $3, and you will forever be in the members Discord. I'll post a link in the chat, but it's also down in the description. You get a badge next to your name, which when the chat gets really live, I'm always going to make sure to read the badges, people with badges. You get behind-the-scenes stuff on the community members tab as well as the members Discord. You get extra live stream replays. I'm just testing that out. Eventually, that's going to be a higher tier. I just private certain ones for members only. And then also the members only Discord is the best benefit, really. And you get the custom emojis too. Mind Smash is pretty good. I like his technical breakdowns. I've never heard of him either. You to go, Joe, when it comes to MMA King of YouTube. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. We're not even to 4,000 subscribers yet, but hopefully when we get to 100K, you can call me the King of MMA YouTube. The All-Star goes live with Dan Hooker after every card. That's pretty cool. Kayla Harrison's last 2 fights were lame, nothing but trash cans. Yeah. Yep. Oh, yeah, it's early over here. Cut me some slack. But, yeah, you could say new channels because you're always talking about up-and-coming fights, but you're the only guy I watch for news on the fights. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. I really do appreciate that. Full Mount is all clips and different fighters, IG and Twitter. The Weasel's good at breakdowns and fights, too. Some great chats in the Discord. Expect O'Malley debates. For sure, for sure. Also, Napoleon Blown Apart does some dope MMA documentaries. Never heard of that either. It's crazy how many channels there are on YouTube. There can be channels with millions of subscribers that you never heard of. People think you have a couple thousand subscribers and, you know, oh my God, I can't believe that. But you can have millions and people don't even know who you are. So there's so many channels I happen to stumble upon that have millions of subs. The Fight Dialogue is a really good MMA channel too. Does great breakdowns, fighter striking as well as their grappling. That's good. Sometimes I find other MMA YouTubers toxic. Yeah, Rip Joe Rogan. That's a classic of the MMA community. That's a classic of the MMA community. So that's hilarious. I see that in every single stream. Thank you. Some people might call my predictions trash, but I'm glad John Mundy says I got the best predictions. I do all right. All Kayla fights are good. Yeah, but do you blame her? She's making big money fighting trash cans. Kayla Harrison is making massive amounts of money just fighting trash cans. Do you blame her at all? I don't blame her at all. You know, it's just one of those things where I'd be doing the same thing if I was her. UFC Conspiracies is an up-and-coming channel. The dude has a funny sense of humor. I've never heard of that. Mike Sports is a GOAT. Okay. When you blow up, you need to get some other UFC fan on with you like what DC and Hawani used to do. Yeah, I'll eventually do collabs. I already did one with James Lynch. I got to get him on soon, or I got to go on his channel soon. But yeah, maybe I'll see if James wants to do something in the next month or two. But we did that. He was the first ever guest on the channel. Olives versus Volk, I'll take Olives. Is it the research that makes the predictions accurate? Dude, it's hit and miss. I mean, you can know everything about MMA and still get bad predictions. But I feel like my predictions are I'm just saying my personal predictions are way more accurate when I do a bit of research beforehand. I could throw these predictions out and not watch any fights. I usually try to watch at least a couple of recent fights before every prediction. And I feel like it helps. It helps quite a bit. If they're going to pay her, I don't blame her. She has never worry about losing exactly. Does some good streams and compilations. Never heard of it. Who would you see if Chandler moved up to 170, him or Usman? Usman would win. Usman would win. Usman would beat up Chandler. Probably KO him, honestly. Chandler's only chance would be early in the first round to try to KO him, but I just doubt that would happen. You real Joey, that's why you're going to be successful. I hope so, man. I mean, we're not even a year and a half in, almost 4,000 subs. I'm happy with that. I'm hoping, I really want to hit 10K before the end of the year. That's the goal. I'm not going to be disappointed if I don't hit it, but that's the goal. I want to set a goal and try to achieve it. So every time I get on here to record a video, to do a stream, I'm like, yeah, this is just moving me one step forward to 10K subscribers. I mean, that's a long ways to go. Let's look at, we have 3,820. So we need 180 subscribers to get to 4,000. So we need 6,180 subscribers to get to 10K before the end of the year. And we got exactly half a year to do it. So I doubled my subscribers since January, just about. So if I can double them from now and have a little bit of an uptick, I can hit 10K. I got only 2 wrong last card. Both made me look dumb. My prediction videos did good, but my full card predictions did not do good at all. Did you see Oliveira wouldn't fight Islam? And he said he's not, but he might do it anyway. Jalen Turner versus Joel Alvarez will be fun, to be honest. Both towers at lightweight. Who do you got? I'd take Jalen Turner for sure. Chandler is too small for Usman. Agreed. That's another thing I like about you, Joe. You go in depth about fights. I'm glad you appreciate that. Were you on MMA on Point? Not that I know of. I don't even know. Isn't that just like clips videos? I don't think so. What do you mean by that? So, but I'm going to be on a UFC countdown for UFC 277. O'Malley wants to change the gloves in the UFC. I think it'd be difficult to do. All that commission plus UFC gloves are notorious. I'd feel weird. He's just talking about probably the bend in the fingers. So, there you go. Volk's Head Bounty. I've been watching your channel for a while. Nothing but love from the UK, brother. Thank you for your £5. I appreciate you, my friend. I think that's what that is. £5, right? It means a lot. I really do appreciate it. I'm glad you've been enjoying the channel. For me, the £5 holla. The £5 holla. But seriously, guys, the fact that you guys are willing to donate to the channel, to support the channel, honestly, it blows me away every time. No matter how many times we get, we get multiple donations per stream most of the time. But it never ceases to amaze me. So I'll never forget. I was shocked. I got my biggest donation. I think I got £50 one time. So I think it was like almost $60 or something like that. Or like $55 US. Crazy, crazy, crazy. I'm hoping one day I want to get one of them $500 donations. I might literally flip out on stream. If I get a $500 donation, I'm going to have to spend the rest of the stream talking to that person, because that's how crazily shocked I'm going to be. I might actually throw up if that ever happens to me on stream. So I appreciate you, Volt's Head Bounty. I appreciate your support. I appreciate you watching the videos. It really means a lot. You hitting all this breaking news as of late is going to do you wonders, my friend. Hitting those on the Instagram, Twitter will grow. Yeah, I'm trying to grow the Instagram, Twitter. I don't get on Facebook. But follow me on Instagram and Twitter at MMA Joey C. At MMA Joey C. The link is in the description too, if you need to find it. If you need a better way to find the channel. No problem. We're going to hit it. I hope so. Listen to Stephen A. Smith and Max Kellerman talk about MMA's cringe. Those twos know nothing. I know. Do you ever bet on any fights? Not really. Not really. MMA Slam podcast is really cool. Smaller channel. I've supported him for a little while. I like his opinions and take on stuff. I've never heard of that either. Even if I search it, I won't be able to find it. I was just curious. Let's go YouTube here. What was it called? MMA Slam Podcast? That's a strange name. But, I mean, it's probably better than what I came up with. Yeah, 4.38. 4.38 subscribers. Does he show his face on stream or no? Let's take a look. If I've ever seen him or not. No, he doesn't, only shows pictures. Yeah, I would love to just show pictures, and I know why people did it. Because it's awkward putting your face on camera. I just felt like it's not something I can watch personally. I can't watch people who don't put their face on camera. So that's why I had to do it. It's just not cage fighting. Has some good top 10 videos. Never heard of it, but okay. Watching those Full Send guys talk. Yeah. Can you name the top 5 MMA gyms off the top of your head? I'm terrible with MMA gyms names. So no idea. No idea which ones would be considered the top 5. So that's something I don't know. Foreign currency holla, yeah. I know what you meant. Awesome. Getting the pounds outside of injuries. You think Izzy versus? Every time I read that, I want to read it potato. Yes, it's 100% happening next. It's 100% happening next. Baby boy, okay. Can you believe how much the MMA community has grown? I think, yes, it's definitely become more popular since the pandemic. Do you like that one championship does 1 round boxing, 1 round wrestling? They don't always do that, do they? But I don't really pay attention too much. I've never heard of that, so I don't know. Who would you got between Anderson and Logan? Anderson for sure. Anderson KOs him. That's why he's not boxing him. Perfect opponent for him, and he's not doing it. Same size as him, not doing it. Do you agree everyone blamed Cannonier for the boring fight? No. I think 50-50 blame on both guys, and I think a lot of people have blamed both of them, to be quite honest. How do you feel about the UFC presents different celebs and influencers? Yeah, I think it's stupid, but I get why they do it. They want to say, we're cool, we're trendy, we got these A-list actors here, we got these cool people here, these NFL stars here. We're cool. We're cool. Did Tito Ortiz tap? The answer is yes, sure. I'm sure Alex P changed his fighter name like Pantera or something like that. You think UFC's growth is stagnated? Nah, I don't think so. I think it's still growing. Nah, I don't think so, but I like the idea when they done that for DJ. Okay, I see what you're saying. AK, Gym, San Jose, California. Yeah, I can name 5 gyms. Sanford MMA, AKA, Greg Jackson, or Jackson Wink, whatever you want to call it. I think, didn't he leave though? I think the Lab is one of them. I can't think of any more off the top of my head. But Trevor Whitman, whatever the name that is. I tried to make an MMA video one time and just show pictures. I look back on it and shame it so bad. I was just saying random things. I didn't really know what to talk about. That is wild. Is it still up on your channel? I want to go watch it. Is it still up on your channel? I need to go watch. Dude, everyone starts off terrible. So don't feel bad about it. Don't feel bad about it. Let me go see if I can find it on your channel. It doesn't let me go to your profile? Oh, it does from here. I like that. Let's see. Are we talking 6 months ago? UFC 269 reaction and breakdown? I'm not going to watch it right now, but is that what you're talking about? Is this you in 3 years ago in the thumbnail and stuff? Summer 2018, we're back. How old are you, John Mundy? You look super old in these old pictures, but these are 3-year-old videos, so let's see. You got to just keep going. You got to just keep going if you want to do something. But also, like, not that I'm sitting here trying to give out channel advice here, but I've done a lot of research on YouTube. The number one thing you want to do is niche down, which means pick one topic and stick to it. You don't want to make your channel about a bunch of different topics. You have to pick one thing, whether it be gaming, whether it be MMA, whether it be football, whether it be baseball, whether it be basketball. You got to pick one thing and you got to stick to it. People who come to your channel for MMA don't want to watch about football. People who come to your channel for football don't watch about MMA most of the time. You have to pick something and stick to it. So, there you go. I still remember Tito squishing that juice box in the one interview. Too much cringe. Tito is the cringiest fighter of all time. The scamdemic was good for UFC and everyone was shitting on Dana for having events. If Jake Paul ever goes to the UFC, he's getting wrecked. He never will. I actually don't have one. I watch almost zero MMA content. Outside of just checking on different channels, just seeing what they're up to. Just because if you're not learning about your niche or your YouTube channel, like kind of looking at others and who are being successful, then you're dumb. You're not going to learn different things. Because who else am I going to ask? I got to research this stuff. American Top Team. I really thought Izzy was going to shatter Rome Jarrett walking out with the pot of it. Yeah, embarrassing. Yeah, it is, but I have so many bad MMA videos now. It is what it is, dude. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about what people think about you. Don't worry about people who comment. If people are willing to offer constructive criticism, you can take that. Most people are just assholes. So just do what you want to do. Try to improve. Do your best. And just level up. My first few videos weren't good. I don't think they were. They're kind of cringy looking back. I still feel weird talking in front of a camera. Okay? I still feel weird. So I don't know how it seems to you guys when I'm on camera. I genuinely feel weird talking on camera. Like it actually is like in my head, like what the hell is going on right here? When I started, I felt 10 out of 10 cringe. And then you kind of look cringy because you feel cringy on the inside. And then you're like nervous because you feel weird. And then it's just a perpetual circle. You look weird because you feel weird. You feel weird because you look weird. You talk weird because all that other stuff. I felt incredibly uncomfortable. It was so hard. And I just said, I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I don't care. I'm just going to do it. The worst that can happen is somebody can laugh at me. I don't care what anyone thinks. So why do I care about putting out a little bit of a cringy video? And what I did is I just kept pumping out videos. Just pumping out videos on every topic that I thought was legit. And it wasn't to grow the channel. The videos weren't to grow the channel. Obviously they partially were. But the point of continuing and continuing and continuing to do videos and do videos and do videos and do videos was to improve myself. To improve myself. And somehow, I don't know how, in 3 months, I think it was. So I started April, May, June. In 3.5 months, I had 1,000 subscribers. Now, that was partially luck. There was a couple videos that just blew up. But also, I credit to it just continuing to do videos and get better and improve on talking. And I think one of the most important things that nobody talks about, I've watched so many different YouTube videos about how to be successful on YouTube, how to do this, how to do that, how to do this, and how to do that. The most important thing I think there is, and this sounds like a no-brainer, but still I feel like people need to know it. And I just went off my own, like, what I enjoyed off of YouTube, kind of, is you have to convey your information in an easy-to-understand way. Because for me personally, and I think this is for a lot of people, if you watch a video and they're just all over the place and you're like kind of confused, what are they trying to say? Sometimes I over-explain myself because I want you guys to understand what I'm trying to tell you. And I think it works. I don't know. You guys will have to tell me. I don't really watch my own videos outside of editing them. So you guys have to tell me if this works if this is something you like about the channel. I feel like I'm always clear about what I'm trying to explain, whether it be my opinion or why I think one way or another, or a prediction, whatever it may be. I try to make sure even if you disagree with me, you understand where I'm coming from. And that's a big goal, to be clear as possible when I'm talking about certain things. So I don't know if it comes off that way, but that's my main goal on my channel. 17 now, almost 18, almost an adult, John Mundy. Appreciate your support. Nice, but shot John. Listen, not really, a little bit here and there. I really don't got time to listen to him, to be honest. I heard Tito try to sell some suits to make do on his car. I was like, nah, that's hilarious. I love when Tito said, I'm not racist, I have transvestites at my house right now. I never heard that, but okay. I hated the Undertaker walkout, thought it was corny. I thought it was corny as hell. How important are clickbait titles? Clickbait titles are the worst thing you could do. Let me explain myself. You need to make clickable titles, but the definition of clickbait is making a title that you do not deliver on in the video. So, if that makes sense, clickbait, everything's clickbait per se. If you use it just, in layman's terms, oh, you're baiting people to click. But my definition of clickbait is putting a title out there that does not deliver on it in the video. You have to make clickable titles that you do deliver on in the video. So, for example, hold on one second. Let me go look at some of my titles, okay? What's some of my best titles? Okay, let's see what I got here. Okay, this isn't like a great title, but I'm just looking at recent videos. Is Alex Pereira the guy to beat Israel Adesanya? I give my opinion on whether or not I think he is, and I go over the fight and why it's so good. Let me find like a really good title. I got all prediction videos for recently. Let's see. Let me look at most viewed videos. That's the best way I can go. Most popular videos. Okay, here's a video. Sean O'Malley releases phone call that proves Dana White is protecting him. I delivered it on it in the video. Dana White in the phone call said, we don't want you fighting Ricky Simone. Ricky Simone offered to step in. Was Amanda Nunes versus Julianna Pena rigged? How the UFC lost millions because of Nunes or something like that. I can't see because the title's cut off here on my profile. Was Amanda Nunes versus Julianna Pena rigged? How Nunes lost the UFC millions. Did I deliver on it in the video? That sounds like clickbaity, but the reason I delivered on it, and that video was a perfect storm. That's my most viewed video on the channel. Has over 51,000 views. I answered the question, do I think Pena versus Nunes was rigged? And then, how did Nunes lose the UFC millions? Well, because the UFC was going to set up Nunes versus Kayla Harrison, which was going to be one of the biggest women's MMA fights of all time. And so now, because Nunes lost, they lost the opportunity to make that fight. So therefore, they lost millions. That was the perfect idea of a very clickable title that I do not consider clickbait. Another one, I'm just going to throw this one out there. Another one I got 24,000 views on. Joshua Fabia speaks out about Diego Sanchez. Let's see what the actual full title is because it's cutting off. Josh Fabia speaks out about Diego Sanchez breakup, makes massive accusations. I play clips in the video about the massive accusation that he makes. So I deliver on what I'm talking about. So there you go. I'm talking about YouTube too much, but you guys get the point. Bit of a weird question, but if your favorite walkout, mine's going to be Brian Ortega, Pure Purge, or John Jones, I'm coming home. My favorite is probably Darren Till coming out, maybe. Or Anderson Silva coming out to Sunshine. Thank you. I watched an old video a while ago. You can definitely see the improvement in front of the camera. Appreciate you beside you. Tito laughing at Kem Shamrock. Okay. I don't really like walkouts with masks. Yeah, I thought the walkout was cringy. Lots, though. Ortega's walkout was cringe. I actually liked it. Not over the top. Yeah. I love Volk's walkout. Get rocked up from the land down under. Yeah. I'm probably late to this, but man, I'm excited for Chris Curtis. What an opportunity. I know. I'm super hyped. I'm going to try to interview him next week. There you go. Izzy fights are clickbait. The most cringe moment in history of the world was Jessica I trying to get the crowd to chant for her. Dude, Vince, do you follow me on Instagram? I posted that video last week. So, crazy Izzy started 12-0 with 12 KOs. That is very crazy. To be honest, Tavares and Kelvin's fight should have been stopped. They took unnecessary damage. Fabio told Diego he tore everything in his knee and healed it himself in one night, and Diego believed him. Where did you see that at? I never heard of that one. Yeah, been in San Diego surfing a while. Yeah, that's where I saw it. Did you see it when it actually happened in real time, or did you just see it there? Because, dude, when it happened, it was so cringy. Bet on herself, yeah. There you go. Yeah, I mean, that's insane. That's insane if Fabio really told him that. But he probably would believe it. But the Jessica I moment was so cringy, guys. So cringy. If you haven't seen that, go follow me on Instagram at MMA Joey C. Jessica I is trying to start up a chant for herself and fails miserably. Garbage, 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 garbage. Amir Yeager. I'm not giving you shit, man. No one's required to donate. That's an old message, but I just saw it and I just showed it. So, what's your go-to snack? I don't know. What is my go-to snack? I'll have to get back to you on that one. I really don't know now that I think about it. What do I always snack on? I don't know. Nothing super significant that I can think of off the top of my head for some reason. I want Tony versus Diaz in Mexico at 170. I like it. I don't care where it's at. Just make the fight. Make the fight. All right, guys. We've been on here for 2 hours tonight. I will be streaming tomorrow night and Saturday night as well. Most likely tomorrow night. I don't know because I stream tonight. Thank you guys for joining me. I appreciate it. If you haven't checked it out yet, do me a favor. Please check out my Rafael Fiziev versus Rafael Dos Anjos video. I would greatly appreciate it. I would greatly, greatly, greatly appreciate it. Run up the views on that. Go like it, comment on it, boost it in the algorithm. I'm going to put the link in the chat right now. I would appreciate you. I would appreciate if you guys went and checked out this prediction video and liked it and comment on it. I would appreciate you. Okay, let's read these last few messages and then I'm getting out of here. So good night, guys. Jesse on Fire did an interview with Diego. Stopped watching his videos a while back. I've never watched his videos. Later, Joey. Have a good one. Thank you, President Mike. Was not expecting you not to know. A well-rounded snacker. You're versatile in all snacks. Okay? Good night, Joey. Have a good night. Great stream. Night, brother. Peace. 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 Guys, go watch the prediction video. Go like it and go comment on it so I know you went to it. I would greatly appreciate it. See you later, Tommy. See you later, John Rod. See you later, Vince. Everybody enjoy the rest of your night and join me tomorrow for another live stream tomorrow night. Probably around 9-ish, 8 or 9-ish, I would say. Thank you guys so much. Don't forget to like